Take my hand, together we'll fall now, we'll fall now. I don't know what to say, but I'll try my best. It's terribly cliche, 'cause when you...
Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing Abrielle's 6-week update today, and she's going to be in this, but she can stay in her suite because she's asleep and I don't want to disturb her because last night she didn't really sleep well. She was really gassy and fussy, so today she's been napping a whole bunch and I want her to get her beauty rest. So, to start off with, Abrielle had her 6-week, not 6-week, 1 month, checkup the same day that I had my 6-week postpartum checkup. Gosh, she had hers actually in the morning at 10:45, and then I had mine at 2:30. So I'm the one that went with her for that. Her dad wasn't able to go, so at that checkup, she got weighed and measured, and she weighed in at 19 3/4 inches, and she wait, did I say weighed in? Oh my gosh. I'm so out of it today. What I meant to say is she measured in lengthwise at 19 3/4 inches. Oh, wow. She weighed in at 8 pounds and 2 ounces. So that was excellent. She's still in that puny 5th percentile, but you know, once again, her pediatrician told me that he's not concerned about the 5th percentile part, just because she is growing and gaining weight, and he's liking what he's seeing as her chart's going up. Her head was 15 inches around, and when he looked her over, he said everything looked good. The only 2 things that he really commented on, and that, well, there's 4 things actually, but the two biggest things that he commented on was the fact that she has an umbilical hernia. And I had kind of noticed, you know, her belly button has healed over, and I'd kind of noticed that it sticks out really far, and the lower portion of it, if you touch it, it's like got this hard spot to it. And I just figured it was still kind of working on healing, and considering it wasn't oozing anymore, it had dried up, no blood, no weird smell, nothing like that, and it doesn't hurt her when you poke it. I figured, you know, that it was okay, and that it wasn't anything that needed like immediate and medical attention by her pediatrician. So he told me that that is an umbilical hernia, and said that, you know, it can happen, but it's no big deal right now. He said he's not concerned about it. You know, obviously if it starts showing any signs of like an infection or anything like that, then, you know, we need to bring her in. But as of right now, it's nothing to worry about. He told me that most of the times umbilical hernias in infants right themselves by the time the child is 2. So if by her 2nd birthday the hernia hasn't corrected itself, then he said that he'll refer us over to a specialist who will more than likely perform a surgery. And, you know, he said that that's a very low percentage, that he really doesn't think that it'll come to that, but... So that was one major thing. And then we talked about her little butt dimple. You guys have heard me talk about this before. I remember, like, for the first couple days in the hospital, I couldn't change any of her diapers because I couldn't get out of bed, and I definitely couldn't bend over at the waist to get at them. So Sam changed all of her diapers. So it wasn't until she was a few days old that I actually saw her little bottom, and I realized that she had the cutest little dimple in her butt crack. Like, it's friggin' adorable. I love it. I think it's so cute. When she gets older, though, it'll probably be one of those things, you know, when she's in her preteen, teen years, that'll be a flaw in her eyes about her body, but I think it's precious. And, you know, she was born with it. So I'd had a nurse make a comment about it, and she called it a cleft something or another. It starts with a D. And the way she talked about it, it made me kind of concerned. So I asked him about that little dimple, and he confirmed that that's what it's called. I cannot pronounce it. I wish I could for you guys, but anyway, he told me that sometimes it can be an indicator of problems in the spine or with a nerve nerves that run down into the child's legs and feet. But considering she has full motion of her legs and feet, he's not really concerned that it's a problem. He told me that, beforehand, years ago, he used to order ultrasounds on all children that were born with that, just because it could be an indicator, but he said he never had one single ultrasound come back indicating that there was anything wrong with the child. And considering that she can move her legs and feet quite well, he's not concerned about it. He told me that if the appearance of it bothers us that much, that me and her father could seek to have cosmetic surgery done to correct it. And I thought, wow, that's absolutely insane. The appearance is not what bothered me. It's the fact that somebody commented on it that was in the medical field, and it made me wonder if it was anything we should be concerned about. So obviously we're not going to do cosmetic surgery to make her butt crack look normal, quote unquote, whatever that's supposed to be. I just thought that was pretty funny. The other two things they commented on was the fact that she has cradle cap, and it's like right up here at her scalp. It's not really in her hair, it's just at her scalp and her eyebrows, and it really makes me think of mermaid scales is what it looks like. It looks like she's got like mermaid scales on her face. So he didn't prescribe anything for that. He didn't order any over-the-counter treatments that you can buy at the grocery stores. He just told me that I can use whatever I want, basically, well, not whatever I want, but he told me I could choose between using oil, baby oil, and any type of baby lotion, anything like that to treat it. And seeing as we have baby lotion, we've been putting baby lotion on it, and it doesn't really seem to be helping a lot because it's flaking so much, but I'm hoping that it's just going to take it a little bit of time for that to kick in and start to make that heal. She also has baby acne, which if you didn't think that babies could get acne, they can. And they even look like little pimples. They're like on the sides of her face right here, and they're like down on her chest and on her back. And I guess I was teasing Sam kind of and saying, well, she gets that from you because Sam has bad acne. I really, for the most part, I don't have problems with acne. I'll have like the occasional blemish, like I get them like on my chin or like right there on my temple, but I really don't have a problem with acne. So I don't know. And he told us, don't be putting any like zinc oxide, blah. He told us not to put anything like that on that. Just kind of let it run its course, keep an eye on it. And he said that also it might be from where like she gets like hot and sweaty, or like with her chest, it could be where she gets, if she drools a lot and her shirt gets wet and stuff like that. But anyways, her doctor told me that she was doing great and that he would see her for her 3-month checkup, and then he told me that she's gonna get some shots. So he goes out of the room, and a few minutes later the nurse comes in, and she got 4 shots that day. One of them was an oral vaccine. The other 3 were needles injected into her upper thighs. And the oral one, I was telling that nurse, I was like, I don't think she's going to take that, because I was telling her about when I was breastfeeding and we were giving Abrielle vitamin supplements and how badly that went. Abrielle would not take the vitamins. She would just open her mouth and let it roll out. She hated that stuff. And I could not believe that nurse put that thing in her mouth for the oral vaccine, pushed the little syringe up, and Abrielle just slurped it up. I could not believe that. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then it came time for doing the shots with the needles, and I couldn't believe it. Like, these needles were like this big in her little leg. I was like, that's so insane. And the nurse had me help hold her down, and I wanted to cry because she just looked up at me and screamed. And I have never heard my daughter cry like that before. Like, it's the most pitiful sound I've ever heard, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. So, I asked the nurse, because she's about to walk out of the room and not even tell me anything about him, really. I asked her, what can I expect now that she's had those shots? Are there common symptoms I should look for? Are there abnormal symptoms I should look for that require medical attention, or what? And she kind of looked at me surprised, like I guess nobody ever asked her that or something. I was thinking, well, geez, you know, it's I know common sense tells me that's one of the first things that you ask when your child is given a prescription or shots or anything like that. Show me, might run a fever, be really fussy. She said, watch for rashes. Well, I had no clue how fussy Abrielle was going to be. You know, the doctor, before he left, he had told us that we could give her baby tylenol and had given us a prescribed dosage. I cannot talk today, you guys. Oh my word. For her weight, and he'd also said that we could give her infant gas drops and a few other little over-the-counter things like that. So she says, you know, that if she were me, she would go straight to Walmart and buy some baby Tylenol. And so, it was me and Sam's mom, Donna, and Abrielle. And so me and Donna go to Walmart and we buy that Tylenol and we give it to her right before my doctor's appointment. So by then it's been at least 2 hours since she had those shots and things are going awful. The rest of that day, Abrielle was so cranky and fussy. Like, her crying was even different. Like, it was like nothing we did helped her whatsoever. And she ran a little bit of a temperature. It never got to, you know, that 104 where we needed to take her and seek medical attention right then. But she did run a fever, and she felt hot. So we kept up with the Tylenol dosages as needed. And it was on into the next day even that she was pretty fussy. But after that, things got a lot better. So, also, we have started doing some tummy time with her. I'm just really nervous about it, you know, because you're not supposed to really let them sleep on their tummies or anything like that. You know, obviously she doesn't have tummy time when she's asleep, but it just makes me so nervous. And I stayed like right there on the floor beside her the whole time because I'm so scared. And I don't let her lay on her tummy for long because really she does not like it at all. Like, she's good for maybe 5 to 10 minutes and then she's like, I'm over this, mom, pick me up and flip me on my back like I'm supposed to be. She just does not like tummy time right now, and I don't know if she'll grow to like it or what, but she just starts screaming and crying and hates it with a burning passion. Like, the poor thing, I feel so bad for her. So eventually, you know, I'm just like, well, okay, you know, you had 6 minutes, we'll just call it for right now. Other than that, Abrielle is still working on learning to lift her own head up and hold it. She's getting better and better at it. I have noticed that she is following things with her eyes. Like, the other day, I put her on the swing, and the swing has a mirror thing up here, and these little bunnies and the leaves, they move. I just don't have them on right now. And I noticed her staring up at them with, like, this sincere, intent look. So I turned it on, and her face was absolutely precious. She was like, and just stared up at them for the longest time, watching them with her eyes go round and round and round, and the little bunnies going up and down. It was so cute. Oh my gosh, I loved it. So other than that, she is doing absolutely terrific. And I think that is pretty much all that I have to tell you guys for her. Absolutely not. Wow, how did I forget to mention those things? Okay. So with Abrielle is still on Gerber Good Start Gentle, and she's still doing really well with her formula. She's still eating 3 to 4 ounces. She can eat a 4-ounce bottle, but it's not every feeding. Normally, really, she's having about 3.5, and then sometimes she'll maybe like a little bit later, you know, an hour and a half later, something like that, want a little snack bottle. And her snack size bottles have gone down. Now she'll maybe eat an ounce if she's wanting to snack, or even just half, maybe not even that. So there's that. And with her clothes, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. She is growing so fast. Like, this onesie that she's got on right now, this is the second time that she's wore it, and it's almost too little for her. Like, it's pretty darn snug. So she is definitely graduating out of newborn clothes and into 0 to 3. 0 to 3, some of them fit her nicely, and some of them are like huge. They just hang off of her. It's so funny. She has definitely grown out of a few pieces of clothing. The morning of her doctor's appointment, it was kind of cool that morning, so she had on a onesie, and I put a pair of baby blue jeans on over it. And when we got to the doctor's office and the nurse had me take off her clothes and strip her down to put her on the scales to weigh her, the blue jeans had left a little red band around her waist because they're too small. So that was the first time she wore them. She wore them for like maybe a couple of hours, and she's already too big to wear them. So it's absolutely crazy how fast she is growing. I love it, love it, love it. I love watching her grow. It makes me sad, but I love it. I love seeing her develop and her improve and just get bigger. It's amazing to watch your child grow up and to watch them develop, and just all the hopes that you have in them, and they fulfill every hope that you have. It's amazing having a child. I absolutely adore being a mommy. Abrielle is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say that it's easy being a mom, but I love being a mom. And that is going to be it, you guys, for Abrielle's 6-week update. Now that we've reached the milestone of her 1-month checkup, I have decided that I'm going to stop doing updates weekly for her, just like I've decided about my postpartum updates, and they're going to be done monthly. So you guys be watching for our monthly updates, both Abrielle's baby updates and my postpartum ones at the first of the month. Bye, guys.